Hello, everybody. You're going to watch a video related to self-employed Americans in the Czech Republic and filing U.S. taxes. But we forgot to share my contact information, so I'm making this short video to make that up. You can reach me through my Facebook group or my email address, cesar@cesartax.com. And that's all I need to say for now. Hello, everybody. This is Cesar. I am an enrolled agent and tax court practitioner. This is not tax advice. This is just a video we thought that could help some people in the Czech Republic. A little bit of background. When you're a U.S. citizen, you have to file a tax return no matter where you are. And when you work as a self-employed, for example, if you have students that you teach English, you work as a contractor, you know, you're not an employee, you have to file a Schedule C in your tax return. And in addition to your income taxes, you also have to pay self-employment taxes. The United States has a totalization agreement with many countries. A totalization agreement is not a tax treaty. That's something else, but the totalization agreement allows you to pay Social Security taxes to only one country. And the US has an agreement like this with the Czech Republic. So if you are self-employed in the Czech Republic and you pay to the Social Security Administration in the Czech Republic, you don't have to pay to the United States. But to get exempted from that, you need to get something that's called a certificate of coverage. I have a client who is nice enough to show how he applied for this certificate. So I'm gonna make him the host in a little bit, and then he'll show you, some things so that you can, get going. This is not definite advice. We are just doing this to help as information only. So you will have to also make your own inquiries, but we hope that this is gonna help you out. And I will make him the host right now. And okay, and here we go.
All right, hello everybody. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. And I hope, can you confirm that you can see that, Cesar?
I can see it.
Okay, so what I brought up is the main page of the Česká správa sociálního zabezpečení. That's like the Social Security Administration in the United States.
Czech Republic.
So so the equivalent of the Social Security Administration in the US. But yeah, this is for the Czech Republic. So we can actually try and see how we do with the English translation, but generally, actually, no, we need to stay in the Czech version. So what the first thing I'm gonna show you is how to log in and create an account on the ČSSZ website. So the first thing you need to do is go to Služby pro vás, and then to the e-portal. And shade, this means go to the e-portal of CSSZ. Okay, once you're here, then the first thing you're gonna have to do is actually create an account that you can use for any kind of information you need to get about your Social Security in the Czech Republic. So if you've been working in the Czech Republic for a long time, this is quite useful because you can also get a complete overlook of your retirement, what your account looks like, when you can retire, and all of this information. And you can, once you have your account, you can actually request all of this digitally, which means you don't have to keep going into the office in whichever region that you are. So it saves you a lot of time. So first thing is přihlásit, that's sign on. And you're going to do this eidentity.cz. So you click here. You have several different versions of what you can do. So the one that I did is using this eIdentity NIA ID. So it links your account with your telephone so that you'll get an SMS code as your second authority or second type of confirmation of who you are. So if you click on this, then you're going to put in a username. So let's say if you are John Casey, for example. I don't know any John Caseys, so if they're out there, I apologize. And then you're going to put in your own password. So, excuse me. So first of all, yeah, actually, you're going to have to go to the registration down here at the bottom. Click that you're not a robot, and then you have to put in your basic information. So you're going to need to use your mobile phone for this. So I'm just going to put in fictitious information for right now. So if we do 111-222-333. And then you're going to click here to send an SMS code. That is going to confirm that your email. So you put that in, and this is, you're going to establish your username. So if you're going to be John Casey, for example, I used my first and last name just like this, so it's easy to remember. Then you're going to have to create a password. Interestingly enough, they don't have any qualifiers, at least not that I experienced, with having numbers or capital letters or this. So just make sure you make a good password that you can remember. And then you're going to type it in here. So then type in the same password. You put in your email address. Here is your safety question. So you can do the place of your mother's birth, your best friend from childhood, the name of your first home pet, your favorite teacher, your favorite historical figure, and I'm not actually
The
sure what
profession of your grandfather.
the profession of your grandfather. Thanks, Cesar. Sorry, my Czech is pretty good, but not that good, I guess. So you select one of those, and then you put in the answer. So if, you know, for example, John Casey's, and then you have to click here, and you click the zoology or save. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once you do that, what happens is you'll get to another screen, and I can't show you this because I already went through the process and I'd have to actually create a new account. But basically what it will do is it'll send a code to your phone. And what you have to do is you have to go to a checkpoint somewhere. So checkpoints are all over.
You said you went to the post office, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think almost all post office, if not all post offices, should have a checkpoint. Mm-hmm. And that's where you'll take your passport and your ID to have it verified. And then that will essentially activate the account. And from that time, actually, and you'll sign a paper, and then you'll actually be able to use e-signatures on the page, which is really convenient. So.
Do you have to take the passport, or like if you have your Czech residence, they will take that? Do you know?
See, I use my Czech residency, so okay. I think actually so it had to be a Czech ID. So they weren't interested in my passport; they were interested in the Czech residency.
Okay.
So yeah, because actually you have to prove that you're a Czech. You have some status and right to be signing things in the Czech Republic, I guess. So so that's a good point. So give me 1 second here, and I will just, I'm going to go ahead and I can actually show you. I'm going to go ahead and actually sign in to my account, but I don't want to show anybody the
okay, stop the sharing, and then you can start it.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So give me 1 second. Okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that screen. And so basically, once you get in there, you're going to do that same step. You'll go to the sign on. This time you'll actually have a account, and I'm doing that right now. So the password, just make sure you choose something that is really easy to remember. Make sure that you have your keyboard set on English if you're American, for example. So, and then basically you'll click on that, you'll do your initial sign in, and what will happen is it'll generate a code that is sent to your phone, and you're going to put in that code. So I'm just doing that right now. So it's a pretty long code, actually. So I guess that's probably why they're not worried about the security of the password itself. So it always has the second authorization through the mobile phone. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to sharing here. See, actually, how am I going to do that? There we go. Okay. So that will bring you to, I can just, there we go. There, can you see it? Yeah. So that will bring you to the main page.
You have to share the screen again if you're ready to share the screen.
Oh, sorry. There we go. I thought it was showing. So there we go. Can you see it now? So,
yeah, I can see it. So yeah.
This will bring you to the main page. I'm hiding the very top of it because there's my account information on it. Okay. So, but you know, there's basically a whole lot of different sections that you can click into for online forms and that kind of thing. But Caesar is going to actually provide a link to the form that we're talking about here, which is to get the thing. So
yeah, let me. Can I? You want to make me the host again, or
no, that's fine. So there we go.
So, okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah. So this will put you into the account, and there's two of them here. So one of them is if you're paying state insurance while you're outside of the country, essentially. So like if you were working outside of the Czech Republic, but you're paying the Social Security insurance to the Czech Republic. So that's what this second link is for. This one is if you're within the European area and you're working, and you're paying as normally. So I assume that's probably pretty much everybody who's watching this video would be on this. So we go here. Oh, I'm actually a little bit lost. This is not.
Yeah, can we go back? I thought that in the previous screen there was a people need right there on the right, the green button that says online formulage, and then underneath it people need to top right.
Yeah. So top right. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. You're right. So thanks for that. Yeah. So there we go. So this brings you to the actual form itself, and you're going to choose your location that you are. So for example, if you're in Ostrava, we'll just put in a fictitious thing. So, and then this is the period that you're asking for the confirmation that you've paid.
Ross, let me interrupt you for a little bit. So yeah, for someone who is doing, for example, 2020 tax return only, you will need January 1st to December 31st of 2020. But if you need prior year, because some people haven't filed for the last few years, you would enter here all the years that you need it from. So for example, you need it from December from 18 to 20, then you would enter January 1st, 18 to December 31st, 2020. That's it. You can continue, Ross. Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, so I mean, you know, let's say you're filing and you're catching up for the last 2 years or something like that. So then you would put, you know, from January 1st, you're probably going to need somebody who speaks a little bit of Czech to help you get through this, to be honest. So even if they speak Czech, it might be difficult to understand, pretty much the same as any government forms. So even in the United States, they're usually a little
Do you use their help? I saw that, for example, there was a help assistant, like a chat. Do you use that or no?
No, I didn't use that. I think because it's a robot, but it's only on the intro page of the CSSCs. So
Okay.
once you get in, it doesn't appear anywhere in the E.
Because maybe you want to close the WhatsApp application in your computer so the little message don't show anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to do that, but I've
Right.
got a different idea. So give me 1 second. So I'm just gonna change this and move.
Okay.
Share. So now they shouldn't pop up. This is a blank screen. So
Cool.
There we go. I think I should. So do you see the form right now, or do you see?
I see the form. I also want to comment that you are not the only one who said that to me. There was somebody else who said that she asked a Czech person to help with this form, and like he said, I don't understand what this means. So do not, you know, everybody will have similar problem. So you have to be a little bit patient. You have to be a little bit patient, and to be honest, yeah.
Sometimes you just have to guess too what they mean. I mean, even if you have a Czech native speaker with you, there are certain things that just don't really make logical sense. So
okay.
So yeah, I can talk about some of those. So
thank you.
Yeah, but anyway, did you want to say something still, Cesar? Or
no, you're doing a great job, man. You're like a natural on this.
All right. Well, I don't know about that, so but my mother might be proud. That's not too hard though. All right, so let's keep on going. So the next thing is you're basically telling them why you're requesting this, and I think you're not requesting for any exceptions. See, you know, what would be the reason? So I can't remember exactly what my wife said that this was, but basically, if I remember correctly, you do Jina Situacu, which is another reason. Basically, you're requesting this so that you can have confirmation to give to the United States about your payment of the taxes. So
of the Social Security taxes, guys, not income taxes. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So here we'll continue with John Casey as our person. So you put in the surname, the name, title if you have it, and then the Social Security, or sorry, the rodné číslo that you have in the Czech Republic.
Not your Social Security number in the US.
Not your Social Security number. Yeah, so your other number. So yeah, okay. That's just I just made up a number, and I guess that's why it's red. So anyway, so yeah, I know that they always need to have a date. So if I do this, actually format this in like let's see, 1985 July. Yeah, that's not working either.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No,
it's okay.
Yeah. No. Okay, anyway, so you put in it works for me when I put in my real one. So then this is kind of like, you know, marriage. So you have to put in if you have a different name, rather when you were born, you need to put in your original name. So in this case, it's the same for John here. If you have a maiden name, then that's what that would be. And then any other previous surnames that you've had. So, and then this is your first name when you were born. So if you, for whatever reason, oh yeah, and don't forget, if you have a middle name, you put that into the name. I think you've probably been in the Czech Republic long enough to know that. So, so here you're going to put in your country of nationality. So in this case, it's
Spojené
státy. Yep. So Spojené státy. And this actually automatically populates based off of your rodné číslo. So cool. I can't even click on it, so I can't put that in, but that will automatically populate from that. So then you put in your sex. It's female, male, or unknown. Interesting. So your place of birth. So let's say if you were born in New York, your region of birth, I don't think you really need to put that in. And then the Spojené státy again. So there we go. Okay. So this is where you put in your living information. It's kind of interesting. So this is where you live. It doesn't have to be the address of your permanent residence. Okay. So basically, I think this is where they mail it to. That would be my assumption, and why it doesn't have to be the same as your permanent residence. So, so if we do here, this is the building name. The name, see, would be, I don't know.
Name of the street?
Yeah, name of the street. So Nahorje, 41. The city, so we can put, I guess, Ostrava. The region would be Severomoravsky. In this case. If you don't know what your region is, I have no idea what the Ostrava zip code is, but we'll just put a bunch of sevens there. So, and then this is going to be Česká republika. Česká republika is always the number one on the list. So that took me a while to figure that one out because I kept looking for it down in the Ch section. So
I think that the region is Moravskoslezský kraj. Moravsko, not Severomoravsky, but
yeah,
Moravskoslezský.
You're right. Yeah, Moravsko. Oh, actually, the region should be, it's going to be Ostrovsky. I apologize for that. So that's what we originally thought, but then we realized. So the region is actually the smaller. It's Kraj.
Okay.
Yeah. So it would be Ostrovsky probably in this case. So I'm actually from Opavsky Kraj, for example. So,
and the Prague people have to find out. It would be easy for them, right? Prague.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Prague 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, they're broken down in the numbers. So, but if you live in Prague, I'm sure you probably already know this.
Yep.
So then the phone number here, data. This is like a data mailbox, but you know, you don't have that, or I mean, I didn't set it up on mine, so I think all you really need is the email. So you can put in here
CaseyJohn@gmail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So this is the contact address if it's different from the address where you're living. So in this case, then you're just going to leave it blank.
Did you have to click on that health insurance? The health insurance, the zdravotní pojišťovna? No, or no?
Which one?
That your cursor is right on top of zdravotní pojišťovna, the health insurance.
Oh, yes. Sorry about that. So yeah, you need to choose which one, which location you have to have, or which insurance company. So it's not a very long list. So I think most people are probably at VZP if they're foreigners, but maybe not. But again, you should probably know that because you have the card. If you don't, look in your wallet. So, see the contact address here. You don't need to put this if it's the same as the address up here, which I think it should be. And then adresa pobytu. This is where you are actually have your permanent residence.
Registered as your permanent residence, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like what it's registered with the state. So you know, they probably use that to so in this case it would be the same. And it doesn't say not to write it in. So I in my case I wrote it in just to be careful because you know, here it's obviously saying if it's different than up here.
But not in the adresa pobytu, in the address of permanent residence.
The contact the address. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So this one I filled in. Okay. During the period of that you're requesting, was there any see, I guess earning activities on in these states? Yeah. So, and it's important to note that they write here. It's also required to put the Česká republika in there. Yeah. So you might like leave it blank thinking that it's not for you because you haven't done any work in any other countries, but actually, yeah, you need to check at least Czech Republic in there. So in my case, that's the only country. So if you're working in multiple countries during that period, you're going to have to probably put them all in. I hope you don't have to because it makes it more complicated, to be honest with you. But should be fine. So this is the information about your OSVČ, your trading. So the first question is, when was the individual or your business license started? So let's say, I don't know, it's January 1st of 2011. Then this is the variable symbol of your retirement insurance. So if you're an OSVČ, you've been paying to an account and you have a variable symbol. So if you're not sure what that is, ask your accountant that's been filing for you. And you've been making those payments every, you know, most people probably every quarter. Sometimes you can arrange to have it done on a yearly basis. But anyway, that number will be, you should have it somewhere in your records. If you're not sure, whoever did your filings in the Czech Republic the last time, they're going to know. And you probably have it in your bank records because you had to transfer that money in from your bank account. So does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, that was kind of like a tricky one. I had to look in my emails and dig it out. So anyway, the date the date that you were authorized to start with the action, so that should be the same actually as the date that you started. Then you've got your identification number. So this one,
that's the ICHO, right?
Yeah, that should be your ICHO, exactly. So then you have your Danové identification number. This one is actually going to be your rodné číslo. Yeah, so you know, like when you have your Danové číslo, it starts with a CZ. So it's not your ICHO, but it's CZ, and then your rodné číslo, your birth or your Czech birth number, I guess. So okay, so that's what you're going to put in there. This is what I recommend. So this is obor samostatně výdělečný činnost. This is the categories of your work that you're doing. So I recommend that you just copy it straight from your sorry, I recommend, oh, this isn't correct, so that you copy it straight from your OSVC. So, and really easy way to do that is if you go to Google and you do obchodny rejstřík. Okay, so justice, that's right. Yeah, justice that. So what you can do here is you just put your ICHO and then výhledat, and it'll actually bring all that information and you'll have it on your screen, so you just copy and paste. So
yeah, this is all good stuff, bro.
yeah. It'll save you time. So that has all the information. Also, if you don't know which date you started, this information never disappears. So even if you're not active OSVC, for example, now, you can still put this information. It'll show you all of that. And then just, so basically you just copy the same information and you put it here. And what I did is I put the same information here and here. This is the concrete character of what you are doing. Yeah, so like, I mean, if you want, you can try to put some Czech description, but I would just copy it, because my wife and I discussed it and said, well, why do we have to give more information than we already have? I don't think anybody's gonna care. So
right.
So just make your lives easier. So this is the address of the OSVC in the Czech Republic. So again, this is going to be the same as the information that you put up here.
Wait, so, but it could be, for example, that somebody who teaches English, right, as an OHBC, and they live in, I don't know, one Main Street, Prague, but they maybe have an office where they actually teach. Then would that be the address that you would put in this one, though, in the seat of the OSVC?
It's going to be whatever address you have here in the rejstřík.
Okay, so whatever it is, okay, yeah.
So just make sure it's the same, because they're going to compare that. And if you like, I mean, the best example is if you've moved and you haven't gone into the office and updated your rejstřík and you have an old address, then use the old address.
So you have to be wrong to be right.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, I know that from personal experience and other things, but like, use whatever is current.
Okay, cool.
So so Chisla, see, this was what, 41. It was, did we say Ostrava? Region was Ostravsky. And there we go. Okay, so so here's the question. So is the above location of your OSVC the current and the permanent address of your of the
business
applicants? Business. Yeah, exactly. So I would put on it. I would put yes, no matter what, to be honest with you. So
okay.
So that's probably a trick question, just to put it into the no pile, or into the refile pile. So anyway, and then the applicant of this activities is insured for health, retirement, and or sorry, this is unemployment insurance, retirement insurance, and health insurance. Yeah. And then you have to put the date from which those started. So most likely they're going to be the same date as you started your OSVC. So they should be anyway. So
isn't Nemotensky like sick leave? Because unemployment is nesa miestanos, no?
Sorry. Yep, that's right. Sick leave. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You know what? I think whoever prepares the person's declaration would be the perfect guy to fill this out. If they have one.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have an accountant that you're using, and just, I would hand it to them and give them, a couple of beers and 500 crowns to do it for you, because it's probably gonna.
It will save you. Yeah, it's better to pay 500 or even 1,000 crowns.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how much it should cost.
To save you this headache. And by the way, for somebody who wants assistance, there are expat centers like all over the country, including Prague. So if you Google expat center Prague or expat center Ostrava, whatever, you found offices and they usually have lawyers and all kind of stuff in there that can like help you. They might not be specialists on this, but they can ask someone, because I have received help from the expat center in Ostrava when I renew my permanent my residence. So people watching this can also look for help there.
Yeah. They're also a good place if you ever need a notary. So that's the first place to call.
Cool. All right.
An American notary, anyway, because they're
at the expat center.
There's a couple of them. Well, contact them and they'll give you the list. So there's a few of them in the area. But yeah, anyway, just sharing some of my experience, expat experience.
Yeah.
So, see. Yeah, so this is just like a confirmation that you're actually doing the activity in the Czech Republic. So excuse me, I missed one here. So činnost žadatele včera během výkonu činnosti v zahraničí. Yeah, so this was one of the questions that we honestly really didn't know, because it's a strange question asking essentially what would you do if you started doing business outside of the country. Yeah. So now what's weird for me is it's asking what would you do in the future, not what you've done in the past. So any answer technically should be correct. But what I did was I said that I would stop my business license if I started doing business outside of the country. So that seemed like the probably cleanest answer to me. But like I said, I'll give an update later how everything turned out for me. So, anyway, so this is the place where your activities are taking place. So this is the same as before. So it auto-populates.
Now this would be, for example, when somebody has like a location where they teach classes, which is different than the registry, right? Like I know some people that ran like a classroom, maybe, and
I wouldn't probably worry about it so much as the address that is on your invoices should be the location. Where
you know what? I'll take it back. You're right.
Yeah.
I would also do it the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, because like from the tax perspective, wherever the invoice is being issued is actually the moment and place of taxation. So
okay.
I mean, at least as far as I know. So I'm not a tax. Actually, that's more something for you. So
well, hold on. Let me say, I'm not a tax advisor in the Czech Republic. I know people that I can refer whoever is looking at this. But yeah, I'm not a tax advisor in the Czech Republic. Just FYI.
Yeah. So if you don't know, ask somebody.
Yep.
So now they're asking this question is also asking, so what is your status? Are you an OSVČ or are you a sailor or a letuška? The
airline personnel.
Airline personnel. So obviously I think everybody listening to this is going to be OSVČ, but who knows, there might be some Czech sailors on the Vltava. So short trips, to Bratislava, I guess. Anyway, so OSVČ vykonává samostatně výleční činnost na území vysílající statu 2 měsíce před vysláním. This actually, I think, is only.
Let me translate that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% what I put here, so.
Vykonává samostatnou výdělečnou činnost na území statu 2 měsíce před vysíláním. Okay. Performs independent self-employment on the territory of the sender states to month before the posting. That's a confusing question. I would say no, man.
Yeah.
Because it's
I'm
asking
honestly not
it's
really sure.
it's asking for
Right.
something about performing self-employment work in a territory, a different territory, 2 months before.
Yeah.
So
I would probably say no as well. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I think you understand it correctly, at least from my limited checks. So it
Mhm.
seems like that. So anyway, so yeah, and this looks super intimidating, but basically here, this is where you have had your activity.
Mhm.
So unless you're in that more confusing zone where you've worked in multiple countries during that time, so then you're just going to put 100% in all of these.
Only the first one, not all 4.
In all 4, yeah. So the
No, I
first one
mean,
is,
okay. No,
oh
I
yeah,
mean that
only,
the first
yeah,
one or each group of yellow boxes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So because if you had more, you would, I mean, like for example, if you were doing splitting your time between the
Mhm.
Czech Republic and
Mhm.
the United States, for example, then you would, I guess you would put their,
Mhm.
Spanish.
Let's make it easy for this video. It's
Yeah, exactly.
100.
So assuming that you're only working in the Czech Republic, then you just put 100 in all of these. So the first one is your turnover. The second one is your earnings. The third one is your
Time
work
working.
time. Yeah. And the actual services. So the actual place of
Mhm.
of the services. So
Mhm.
so basically, I think unless you want to make it really difficult for yourself, you're going to want to be in that category of being 100% in all of those. So anyway, so yeah. Samostatný výdělečný činnost. See. This is interesting. I think I must have maybe clicked something a little bit differently. So this would be yeah. This is no. So this is if the applicant has it's basically if you've done any of your activities in a member state. Okay, so I think they're asking about the European Union, or side work. So, yeah.
These are those guys that I think during COVID, like the people that go to Germany like every day or something like that, they commute to Germany or to Austria,
Yeah.
whatever, but they live
Yeah.
in the Czech Republic. I think this is what that is.
Yeah.
Let's say that all America is in Prague, teach English in Prague. So
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, basically, if so, just to say to everybody listening to this, if you feel for any reason that you don't fit like what we're talking about, if you don't fit that form of the person basically that you're working in the Czech Republic and only in the Czech Republic, then you might want to get your tax advisor involved in filling out this form so you get it correct. So the worst, definitely you wouldn't want to make an impression that you're not, I don't know. I'm just gonna not say anything.
I think I know what you want to say. Okay, what it is when you're filing government forms, usually at the end, at the end, we're gonna see that you certify that to the best of your knowledge, all the information you provided is accurate and correct. Now that doesn't mean that a mistake, will be punished if you really thought that was the truth. But if you intentionally lie, then that is fraud. So that's why you said if you are not sure, then get somebody, because then if you use an information and you know that it could be wrong,
responsible for it.
Right. Yeah. Like if you know that you could be wrong, then that's bad. If you answer, for example, to a question thinking that that's the truth, and it turns out that later that is not, then that is fine, because you answer what you thought it was the truth. But if you know that you're not sure, then that's I think that's a crime. In the United States, it's a crime. In the Czech Republic, probably also a crime.
I'm sure it is, and the main thing is you don't want to get into a situation where the judge is deciding which of those it was, if you were just too stupid or if you were just lying. So kind of thing. So
yeah,
you just don't want to avoid that situation. So so this is kind of a strange one. I believe that I left this. I didn't leave this blank. So I had my wife help me write a nice sentence that said, I'm requesting this because I'm American and I need the evidence for proper filing of my tax claims in the United States. So K is the reason for request. Oh, excuse me. Now this is for an exception. But you're not actually requesting an exception. So this one just leave blank. I apologize for that. I think that I wrote that with my wife, and then we figured out it was a mistake. So what we did is we put it into M, doplňující informace, and I just put it here. This is extra information. I just said this is why I'm requesting. My thought also is that if I did something incorrectly, at least they'll know what I'm trying to do, and they can call me and say, "Hey, you filled out the wrong form, or you did this incorrectly." And,
guys. Let me say something here. So he sent this application, but the actual certificate has not arrived. So once it arrives, we'll update. Or if we are way off and this is not the form we need to fill, then we are also gonna update you on that. So
let everybody know. Yeah, exactly. So I'm the guinea pig for all you wonderful people out there.
Yeah.
So this is if you are a citizen of a third country. So you're actually just saying, so I have current valid registry for residency in the Czech Republic. So the answer is yes, and then pull out your permanent residency, and then put the date from should be on there, and then date to should be on the stamp in your permanent
resident. Okay. So you put a future date on the from to the two, right? On the second one.
Yeah,
that one is a future date because mine expires like in 2031, for example. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's always for 10 years in permanent, or I think most of the time for permanent residencies, it's 10 years. So So, but for example, if you've been here for 15 years, then you're going to be 5 years from your next renewal point, which is it's valid until, and then that stamp should be in your permanent residency. So
okay, cool.
Okay, and then this is exactly what Caesar was just talking about. So letter N is the confirmation that you're saying that to the best of your knowledge, the information is correct and valid. So, and then you put this is in the place that you're signing. So this is the day. So you would put like today's date, or whenever you're sending it, and then you're done. So you can
wait. There is something there where you can attach a file, right?
Yes, you can attach files, although there's nothing to attach in our cases. So see, if for some reason you had a change in your activities, that's on your that's on your Živnostek, and that would be different than what is on the race cheek. Then you need to attach a copy that you have requested it to be changed.
Let's not go over that.
I mean, I don't think we said a long time looking at that, if there's anything that we need to add, and there shouldn't be in normal situations. So
okay, so then we're almost done, right? Like
yeah, exactly. So basically, you fill out the form, and then what you do is you can either print this. So if you're not going to make the account with the CSSZ, then you can print it and then sign it and then take it to your local CSCC, your Social Security office. Or you can, if you've done like what I recommend, which I would recommend doing because it's, you know, really convenient, is, and it'll save you a trip to the Social Security office. Most of you guys have to go to the post office eventually anyway. So, so then if you do that with that E, you can, it's not going to let me go farther.
Yeah.
But you click that, and then it'll bring you to that electronical signal or signature site, and
that's where you will need the e-identity that you show at the beginning, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you click then the e-identity button, and it will do. And then if you're doing this and you have to leave for whatever reason in the middle, this is just save the data. So you can actually save the data that you've entered in. But it only saves it in your browser. So I think if you close the browser, you can't like open it up later and then get that data back.
So basically, you better do this on one shot.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. So,
hey, if you can we try something? If you print, let's try to see if you can print it and send it. Oh, it won't let you do it. Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
Did you save a PDF of this before you send it electronically or not?
What's that?
Like, you know, what I'm saying is you can like print it. So like you have like the information you enter. And after you do that, you send it electronically. That way.
That's a good point. I didn't do that. I'm not that smart.
Okay.
So I didn't do that in my case. Although one of the nice things is that when you are in the portal, then the application and what status it is in is there. So like whenever you log into your CSSD account, you can see what status that application has. So for example, when you did it, when I sent it, then it just said that the application has been sent. The next day it says the application is being processed. Eventually, I'm guessing it'll say the application has been, you know, approved, or it's been sent to that, and you can actually click and open up the application as well. So okay. Unfortunately, I can't show you that, but
anybody who will do this, please give us some feedback, because this is something that every American struggles in the Czech Republic. So like if we can you know, get feedback from everybody, you know, mistakes or tips and so on, we appreciate it. And if anybody goes in person, like if somebody prints it and goes in person to the Social Security office, also let us know about the experience, you know, so that we can decide maybe it's better to go in person, or maybe it's better to send electronically also. You know, we'll see.
Yeah. Exactly. Good. So I think that's it.
Man, that was more than I expected. It was very, very detailed. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I'm sure that at least some people will appreciate your time also.
No problem.
And anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
No. Good luck. Enjoy living in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, welcome. I mean, I like it here, man. I mean, one of the safest countries in the world. I mean, you know.
I have beautiful girls and stamps.
Beautiful what?
Beautiful girls and stamps.
That's that. Yes, I think we're gonna leave it there. So thank you. You know, talk to you soon, man.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Cesar.
Bye. Bye.